2 hours apart. Wow. That's why I'm looking into it. That's how I I would like to thank Dr. Tabina Bajwa, who has served as the chair for this PPA's annual meeting, and I would like to now present my secretary report as I worked as a secretary. We had a great year. We accomplished a lot this year, although we had financial difficulties and accounting challenges, but we were able to sail through so far. We had a Memorial Day picnic with delicious food and musical program, and with an opportunity to meet our local politicians as well as dignitaries who were basically learned about our philanthropic mission in the Chicagoland. Thanks to Dr. Budd for coordinating that program, and I think Chicago people needed to know what we do in this community. PPS clinic, which is located in Westmont. I'm sure a lot of you donate for that, and we've really done a good job doing all that. We have advanced now in the imaging studies and all this stuff. I'll let Dr. Imtiaz Arani later on come back and talk about that. We have been able to help the medical students and young physicians to pursue higher education and training. Many of those students now we have been into joined the residency training programs in the United States. Our PCS house project was also a tremendous resource for our students. Thank you, Dr. Rehan. He was very helpful in helping this renovation project, and Dr. Tariq will elaborate further on that. So in the coming year, we are very hopeful to further organize and our philanthropic mission, inshallah. So that's my thing on that. I would like now to invite Dr. Tariq Kareem.
Annual PPS event. I'm Dr. Tabina Bajwa, and the President-elect for 2024, President 2025. And also I'm the chair of this meeting. I hope you have a great time so far, enjoyed your appetizers. Big thank you that the committee who has arranged, worked very hard to make this event possible for all of us to enjoy. And before we get started, we do have special guest over here that Dr. Tariq would like to introduce first, and then we'll move on with the rest of our meeting.
We'll continue to have great, guests and our friends, and one of our friend of community is Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy. His name is always a name which is our community knows so well, because not who he is, but it's what he does. He doesn't just talk about things you remember, and again, like President Trump is coming back, and we all have those concerns that, which were addressed by, Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy when, there was a Muslim ban for 8 countries. He was the first one to go with us to O'Hare Airport and make sure that he used to help every one of them who was held at the airport just because they were Muslims and they were coming from certain countries. But that's not only what he does. His own wife is a great physician. He's always invested in healthcare, and he's always available to you when you need him. So without any further delay, I'd like to welcome him to Pakistani Physician Society's annual meeting in Gala, and I would like to welcome him, and at the same time, I would like you all to really give him a warm welcome and a Pakistani commemorative welcome.
I'm honored to be here, and as I like to say, I'm honored to be any place that can pronounce my name correctly. This is a true story, I'm not making this up. When I first ran for office in Illinois, I said, "Hi, my name is Raja Krishnamurthy." And the person in Chicago looking back at me said, Roger Christian Murphy. Very nice to meet you. And then he said, I didn't know there were Irish in South Asia. And so anyway, it's wonderful to be with you. I see my good friend Alderman Martin here. I see a lot of great friends here. I want to observe my 3 rules of public speaking. Be short, be sweet, and be gone. 3 points. First one, can you give a big round of applause to Tariq and all the organizers of today's event? They do a wonderful job, and the fact that all of you are here on a busy Saturday night is a testament to their hard work. Secondly, I want to give a big round of applause to you as Pakistani physicians and PPS. Give yourselves a big round of applause. I can't hear you. There's not enough self-esteem. So I've worked for many years with PPS, actually. Remember 7 years ago, 6 years ago, residents of Pakistani origin were having a very, very difficult time coming here from Pakistan. And I see some of them here tonight. And because of the work of my office working with PPS and you, they are now here in this country, where they should be, enriching our wonderful nation with their talents and helping people in need. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Third and final point is this. My wife is an anesthesiologist. The joke is that we both put people to sleep. So I'm going to keep my remarks about healthcare and physicians very brief. The fact of the matter is, you folks have done amazing things. Amazing things for your patients, amazing things for your community, amazing things for your country. And you have overcome tremendous barriers in coming here to the United States. In fact, my good friend, where's Dr. Arayan? There he is, in the back. He related to me a very interesting story of challenges. So Dr. Arayan actually practices with my wife, Priya. So they know each other well. But he told me a very interesting story I want to relate to you that always reminds me of the challenges that you faced coming here from Pakistan and the way that you dealt with it. So there was a famous physician, surgeon in Pakistan named Dr. Khan. Dr. Khan came to Chicago to practice in a local residency program. He looks at him and the patient is white with fear. Just absolutely fear, and he's shaking. And Dr. Khan looks at him and says, "Sir, why are you so afraid?" Do not abide that. It can't happen here, it can't happen anywhere. And if it happens again, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you. What kind of a country we're going to live in. That is what is at stake here. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to partner with you, whether it's on bringing residents from Pakistan who are now going to live their own American.
So 2025 slate was decided by NEC this year, and one of participants has volunteered in this great organization. I think this is our organization as Pakistani physicians, and we take so much pride in it that we need to continue to keep that momentum alive, and make our best effort to be part of it, celebrate our get-togethers, and have a great time together. And for the organization, not just for the friendships, not just for just being here, but for this organization, because this is our platform. So we gotta keep it alive. And we need to get new people involved, younger generation, to carry on this momentum. So I would like my councilman. Let me start with Mr. Dr. Shahid Hassan. He's our president-elect for 2025. Dr. Tariq Kareem is the secretary. Sayyid to the stage. Dr. Nuzat Tulisa, Dr. Sarwat Shaheen, Dr. Kishwar Ali, Dr. Jasmina Jyoti Khan, Dr. Faizak Kreni, and Dr. Rizwan Malik. I know
from January till October is almost $64,000. That includes the donations and the PPS house and PPS clinic, APPNA clinic. The total expense this year was like 65,000. So almost overall.
Congressman Raja, Congressman Jenny Davis here. We are really blessed to have all of you here. We have one of the very successful chapter in APPNA. Thank you. Not only
community members, elected officials, I see the congressman here. Good afternoon, good evening, assalamu alaikum everyone. It is my great honor and pleasure to again join in another annual Gala event of PPS and to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our physician community and to envision a path forward. This is incidentally my third event, the annual event of the physicians that I am attending. The other two events that I attended in the last 3 weeks, one was the APPNA chapter Michigan, another was the APPNA chapter St. Louis. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Dr. Tariq and his entire team for their enormous efforts to bring this wonderful gathering. We have been working with this team throughout this year and we accomplished so many things. I often talk about, when I talk about the Pakistani physicians, they are known around the world for their unwavering commitment to the service and their quality work. And I think they prove themselves. And then we have organizations like APPNA and PPS and members of these organizations, I believe, have immensely contributed in the socio-economic development of Pakistan and the United States as bridge builders. They are contributing in a big way to further strengthen this very important relationship between the two countries. So, since my arrival as the Consul General, I have been working with PPS and we really accomplished so many common objectives through different initiatives, whether it is the COVID-19 or it is the assistance to the flood victims in Pakistan or any other community initiatives. For example, there was talk about APPNA clinic, and we also were in the PPS house that was recently inaugurated thanks to the effort by Dr. Butt and all his team. So in all these, I think PPS members have not only delivered the best medical services to the community, but I believe they also were on the forefront of so many community initiatives. So I believe that we must share the success stories of our physicians and our organization to the wider public. We know that it's important to share with the people who have not very frequent interaction. And I believe that each patient you treat and each life you touch in all of your community initiatives, they contribute to a broader narrative that builds the strengths of our community. And while celebrating these achievements, I also believe that you have even bigger potential. The scope is far bigger. And I think you can make a big difference than what you are contributing at the moment. So I think there are so many things, for example, where we can explore the partnerships, not only in the United States, but also between Pakistan and the United States in the healthcare sectors. To think about the innovative solutions to the healthcare problems in Pakistan. I know you are attached in so many philanthropic activities and capacity building works in Pakistan. I know people here in the community who are engaged in, for example, the building hospitals in their native villages. And some, the alumni of the important medical colleges, they are connecting with their institutions. But I think, and as I talked about the APPNA house, and I was really delighted to see the Pakistani physicians coming there and having the opportunity to connect here with the physicians community and to learn so many things. And I think there is a need to enhance these projects and endeavors for education and training and mentorship. And then the education exchanges. I think there was a program at the UIC, and when we received, along with the Dr. Butt, a delegation of, I think, 2 surgeons from Holy Family Hospitals, Rawalpindi, and they learned, I think it was a 1 month long. So one option would be to connect the medical colleges of Pakistan with the prestigious universities here, the medical centers. And it's not just that you have a degree or MD, there might be some technical issues, but at least these short-term programs can be a way forward. So at the end, I would like to encourage all of you to demonstrate unity, solidarity, believe in yourself, and continue to invest in Pakistan. In your capacity buildings programs, philanthropic activities, your projects in education, health, and others. And as far as the consulate is concerned, you know, we are engaged in so many things like trade, economy, even the healthcare. The health is one of the areas where Pakistan and the United States have a dialogue on the health. And I believe one of our, I think they're guest from Michigan, who is here to tell you about the electric vehicle project that is being done by DICE and a company there. So I think these type of innovative projects must encourage these things. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Tariq Kareem, and all of your team. My best wishes and prayers for your next team as well, for your further success. I think it's always great to interact with the physicians and our professionals. They have a huge energy, and we are here to really connect with you to whatever we can do for our community and for Pakistan. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are having a very good night tonight over here. First of all, I would like to thank APPNA Pakistan Society for having us here tonight in this wonderful event. Special thanks to Dr. Naseem, the former president of the society. My name is Alice, and I'm here tonight on behalf of the organization.
Can you hear me? Do you see me? Just look inside. The compassion that is in you can help me.
College Alumni Association. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Amr Rahman to talk about give a report on board of trustees.
For the year 2024. I have served in many positions in PPS, Central APPNA, and King Edward Medical College alumni. But on a personal note, I want to introduce you today for the first time that I am a proud daughter of my late parents, Chaudhry Manzoor al-Haq, and my mother. As I learned principles of hard work, honesty, and standing firm for the righteous from my father, my mother instilled her virtues of love, compassion, and care for others in me. During this journey, I lost my both brothers. Actually, it was after death of my younger brother when I started working for Pakistan. PPS Illinois is the oldest chapter of APPNA, and not only this is the oldest chapter, this has unique historical distinction of helping APPNA to become a national organization in its infancy. Short story long, in March 1986, Chicago became the permanent home of APPNA headquarters too. The achievement of an organization are the results of the combined efforts of each individual. I want all of you to keep working hard and working together to take this legacy to its next levels. Pakistani Physician Society is an organization with many robust and functional elements. I would like to use this opportunity to go over very briefly structural components, bylaws, and the role of the bill.
all are looking so beautiful. So can you give a round of applause to yourself? And I also want to make sure that we first also recognize our distinguished guests. You all are our guests, and I'll continue to do that all throughout the evening. First, you know that we had the Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy earlier of 8th District. Now we have the Dean of Congress, Congressman Danny Davis with us from 7th District. Thank you so much for coming and giving us the honor to be with you. And Michael Cabanarji, our HHS Health and Human Services Regional Director for Region 5. He really has 6 states, and you have done a marvelous job. That was the best appointment, that we had from President Biden, and we really thank him for that. Thank you so much. We also have Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, which I'll continue to recognize in a little bit. Mr. Jose Sanchez, the VIP, very important Puerto Rican, I always say. So he's the chairman of Humboldt Park. And then, Kevin Dorsey, he really helps us navigate through University of Illinois, because we can't really be an island and do everything on our own. So thank you so much, Kevin, for all the work you do. And Alderman of 28th Ward, who really runs the City Council, Jason Irwin. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your service. And I really do have a clinic, and I always say I live and work in Congressman's district, but I also work in your ward. And then, we have City Treasurer Melissa Conyers Irwin with us. Thank you for coming and honoring us with your presence. Thank you so much. Alderman Matt Martin goes to Historic District, 47th Ward, and I just said thank you so much for coming and honoring us again. And now it's my pleasant duty, really, that we are very, very fortunate to have our own individual from communities, who really, really excel. And one of that wonderful human being is a very kind person and an amazing entrepreneur. He's a rare combination of qualities. And I'm talking about no less than Dr. Suhail Masood. And I want to give you a little story about Dr. Suhail Masood. Really has excelled in his profession. He did his, doctorate of pharmacy from University of Southern California. And then he did his residency for the pharmacy at Brookdale Hospital in Brooklyn. But the most important thing is that he did not only just work in this profession, he wanted to make sure he touches more lives, more communities. He really brings healthcare and medications to the doorsteps of the patients. That's why he started Home Infusion Crescent. That was a long time ago. And then again, it was so successful that Home Infusion was sold to Walgreens. And you can see that, the level of success he achieved, but he always is so humble and so kind, He always uses a lot of his money for philanthropy, but don't ask me for money tonight. But I really, really admire him for doing that. And he then, had to really wait for a little bit to make sure, while he was sorting out his relationship with Walgreens, that he came up with another kind of entity. And he named it, just think about it, the name is Kaaba Fusion. I mean, the holiest place in the world, and for the Muslims. And really, really, Kaaba Fusion has taken off since 2009, and it has become one of the most unusual phenomena to provide all that infusion therapy for immunocompromised patients, or whether they need for cancer therapy, or whether they need it for COVID-19, anything you can think about. So, but that's the one part about him, that he is very, very successful. Now, about 30 offices all throughout the United States, and then $1.5 million in revenues. But most important thing is that he has a lovely wife, a great daughter, Lela. Mona, he said, she's a retired pharmacist. Pharmacists never retire. Like he never retires. Thank you. And his son, Umar Masood is so talented. With even, Dr. Masood is very proud that with Down syndrome, he continues to really does amazing work, which is like in comics and other things. But I don't want to really consume all your night. Without any further delay, let's give a round of applause to our keynote speaker, Dr. Suhail Masood.
But for almost 15 years. And the funny thing is, I keep getting older and he keeps getting younger, so I don't know what he's doing. I need to find out. I came to America in 1981 in the same city, Chicago actually. I got my I-20 from Lahore. I finished my FSC and I came to Northeastern Illinois University, and that's where I did my year and a half. And then my brother moved to Los Angeles in 1982, so I moved with him to LA and I got accepted at USC. I did my undergrad from there and then I did my doctor of pharmacy. And then eventually I did my residency like Dr. Bhatt said, and then many other things, but staying with Chicago. The other connection I have with Chicago is my previous partners were J.B. Pritzker and Tony Pritzker, J.B. Pritzker being the governor of Illinois. So we were partners until 2 years ago when they exited, and my new partners are Novo Holdings, which is a very big company out of Denmark. So Cabo Fusion has been blessed to have very good partners over the last 15 years. So going back to my roots, I came in 81, I finished my FSC from a school in Lahore called Islamia College, Civil Lines. My father was the chief accounts officer for Pakistan Railways, but in 1969, July 20th, after Neil Armstrong hit the walk on the moon, my father passed away. He had a brain hemorrhage. He was 42 years old. And being a good, honorable, honest officer, when he died, he had no money, no car, no home, no future prospects, and he left behind 8 children. Yeah, I was number 6, so oldest was 19, the youngest was 1 year old. My 36 years old widowed mom, and my grandmother and my uncle who lived with us. So that's how I started my life. That's the memory I have when I was 7 years old, my father passing away. And my oldest brother.
1 minute.
In healthcare. I was president of the National Association of Community Health Centers. I also worked at the Mount Sinai Hospital, Martin Luther.
Administration, thank you for having us. Congressman, thank you very much for your kind words and for everything you do in Washington. It's just always an honor to be with PPS. You are leaders in the medical community for today and for the future, and not only for your brilliance, but thank you for your compassion. Sitting through the presentations and hearing how you give back in the community. One of the things that's our priority at HHS is building the healthcare workforce for tomorrow, today, and it really is an inspiration, I think, for those students who are in medical school, nursing school, the providers of the future, to know that they can plug into PPS for their entire career, and they will always be with them. So we'll be your partner today, and we'll continue to be your partner going forward. So thank you for that.
Yours run into a region, so that's their one.
Great job.
To be recognized for your work, continue to not only be great in the practice of medicine, but great in bringing people together. together, extolling the virtues of humanity and being a great citizen of the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. Because you have come all the way from Mexico. How come you want to be president of this organization? I said, because somebody, he really, thank you.
Melissa Conyers Irvin, and I am so humbled yet proud to be the city treasurer of Chicago. Thank you. And it is also so well this evening that I can be joined with my husband, Alderman Jason Irvin of the 28th Ward in Chicago, as well as Alderman Matt Martin. Matt, Alderman, what is your ward number? 47th Ward on the great north side of Chicago. So Chicago is well represented here on this evening. But also I would be remiss if I did not also greet our illustrious congressmen. They are well taken care of. And certainly as well to the family members that watch you and support you.
To speak a little bit about the work that we've done with APPNA. So since COVID and through the floods of 2022, CDRS, my organization that I founded after the Zalzala of 2005, which now we've just crossed 19 years working in Pakistan. We do logistics of disaster. We also have clean drinking water projects.
लेकिन इन गानों के साथ साथ एक मैसेज भी है कि जो मुसलमान हैं उनको जितना जो अमन के लिए काम करना है उसमें एक मुल्क बहुत ज़्यादा हिम्मत से काम दे रहा है और वो उन्हीं का नाम लेने वाला है जिनका नाम हम दे रहे हैं और इसलिए मेरा ख्याल है कि हम उस चीज़ को हमेशा याद रखें और हमें याद रखना चाहिए कि हमारी आइडेंटिटी और हमारी जो सोच है उसको हमेशा सस्टेन और रिटेन करने के लिए हमें इसकी भी ज़रूरत है, मौसीकी की भी ज़रूरत है और हिम्मत की भी ज़रूरत है, सारी चीज़ों को एक साथ। लेकिन आपके आने का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। अगर आप पीसी के जो मेंबर्स हैं, इसी कमेटी के एरा मेंबर
My name is Michael Cavanargi, and I serve as Regional Director for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And it's always a pleasure to be with the PPS and their members and their families tonight to celebrate all the leadership, compassion, and hard work of the Pakistani American physician community in and around Chicago. Thank you for your partnership in making Chicago a healthier,